Let me tell you a tale of the world's weather, starting in Paris, France. You may remember back in December that the world's leaders agreed that global warming should be no more than 2 degrees Celsius by the end of the coming century. Well, those leaders are going to have to act very fast because right across the Atlantic, right across the Pacific, monitoring stations have been picking up on the increase in CO2 levels. Mauna Loa, for instance, they've been monitoring CO2 since the 1950s. But it's not just here, it's all across the globe. Carbon dioxide levels are above 400 parts per million. And this is having a massive effect on world weather. It doesn't matter where you are across the planet, everywhere is being affected. And figures just released by NASA have shown that during February, the temperature was 1.35 degrees Celsius above the long-term average. Now, some people say, yes, it's bound to be warm because we've got an El Niño, which is fair enough. But El Niño only adds 0.1 to 0.2 degrees to global temperatures. And in fact, the last big El Niño, in February 1998, it was only 0.88 degrees C above the long-term average. So something is certainly going on. Now, if you look at this chart, you'll see October 2015 was the first time we ever went 1 degree above the long-term average, and yet every month since then it's just been increasing and increasing. And February is an absolute record breaker, knocked it out of sight. One of the most significant places where this warming took place was up in the Arctic Oceans, all the way across Alaska, through Russia, with the eastern parts of Europe. We have seen incredible temperature changes. If we take, for instance, Svalbard, during the course of the winter months, temperatures were something like 10 degrees Celsius above average. And across the region as a whole, through the month of February, it was 4 degrees warmer than average. With the result, we've had the lowest sea ice extent during February ever recorded. So the message is clear, our world is warming and warming at a rapid rate.